What's up, you guys? Welcome back. So I look a little bit crazy right now. I blew out my hair this morning and like did curls and pinned them up, but I was like, I really want to try out some new makeup. So we're gonna try out the new makeup together while my hair marinates in these curls. I'll show you the completed hair at the end, but I just really want to get my hands on a lot of this new makeup that has recently launched. There has been so many things and I'm so excited to try everything out today. Without further ado, make sure you guys subscribe to my channel if you have not already and click the little bell right next to the subscribe button so you're notified of all my future uploads, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I did my skincare already. However, I did not do my SPF, so I am popping that on right now. I'm basically gonna use this as my primer. This is not a new product. I have been using this for a couple of months and it is truly one of the best. This is the Dalva UV Essence Waterful Plus. It's an SPF, which is a non-negotiable for me, even as we move into the colder weather months. Like, I know fall's coming after that winter. You need to be using an SPF every single day on your skin to protect. This one's really nice because it gives a beautiful glow. Like, are you kidding me? It literally gives like glass skin, so it's really nice to use to prep your skin before makeup. It's not greasy, sticky, nothing like that though, which I really like. So it sits well underneath makeup and it obviously does not leave a white cast, as you guys see. UVA and UVB rays are present all year round and they can damage your skin, leading to faster aging. So like I said, please SPF every single day. This is one of the best. Dalva has quite a few different sunscreens. They have a pink tone up one that I really like too, but this one is great if you really want something that's just gonna lock in moisture, give you a really beautiful glow to your skin, and is very lightweight. It does help with anti-aging and has skin boosting ingredients in it. It has hyaluronic acid, ceramides, and white truffle, which is kind of like the key ingredient. And their white truffle is combined with vitamin E, making it 5 times more effective at increasing skin's firmness, while also helping to protect collagen from breaking down. I want to thank Dalva for partnering with me on today's video, but they truly make some of the best products. You guys have heard me rave about their products for years. You can find them on Amazon, so I will link them right down below in the description box. And they also gave me a discount code, so you guys can use that for even extra savings. So check the description box, check this out. I will have it linked. And the glow is just insane. I cannot. It is too good. Okay, skin is all prepped. Now we are gonna jump into foundation, and this is the foundation. Now you guys might be wondering, Kelly, why are you using the Too Faced Born This Way in a first impressions? And that is because Too Faced reformulated the Born This Way foundation, which if you have been watching me since literally the beginning of this whole thing on here, Too Faced Born This Way was my all-time favorite foundation. I still love it. It's just over the years, there's been so many other foundations that have come out that are really amazing as well. And I switch up my makeup a lot more now than I used to, but this was literally my holy grail every single day. And I got this in a PR package and I was like, oh, that's so interesting. Why are they sending the Born This Way? Because typically brands send out like the new products, and it said that they reformulated this. And I was like, I was very scared because I'm like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but we're gonna try it out together. I'm using my shade that I used to always use, which is Natural Beige, and I'm just gonna do a pump, like 2 pumps on my face, and we're gonna blend it out and see. Now this is supposed to give a really poreless finish to the skin. It is supposed to be more long wearing, I think, than it used to be. Like, I think the claim now is 24 hours, which it's now like all these brands. It's like we're wearing our makeup for so long. Why are we wearing our foundation for 24 hours? But of course, I'm sure there are instances for some people where you may have to. Okay. This used to be my shade, but I'm like, maybe not anymore. All right, I think we'll be able to make it work with a lighter concealer. You guys, this really used to be my shade. It has been a while though since I used it. I think I just used to be like more tan. Like, always used to use like the ultra dark shade of self tanner, which I don't do anymore. So I'm just not as tan, but I think we'll be able to make it work because this is the only shade that I have in the new formulation. And so I gotta see. I mean, honestly, it looks beautiful on the skin. Blended out super easily. Gave me a good coverage. I would say that it's still medium coverage. Like, it used to be medium to full, but it was like buildable. I would say this pretty much looks the same to me. I wouldn't categorize it as full coverage. However, it does look really nice in the skin. Definitely still has a glow to it, but I had a lot of glow on my skin beforehand, which is how I personally like it, but it is a natural finish. So if you have like a more matte canvas to begin with, it's not gonna give you like a super amount of glow, because I would say my skin after applying this actually looks a little bit less glowy than it did before applying it. However, I don't even know if we're gonna be able to make this color match work with my concealer. So hang on, I have an idea. Oh my goodness. I also have this new Benefit foundation, which this is in much lighter shades. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. This is the Benefit Professional Foundation. So this is not gonna be like 1000% like a real review of this, because I obviously already have a foundation down, but I'm gonna add some of this to my face. Yeah, see the color difference? And we're gonna like blend this in, and hopefully they work together to make the shade, you know, a little bit better. Because it could be that when they reformulated it, the shades are different. So we're gonna see after I blend this out, but this is helping to at least make it a little bit better. Not gonna lie, these two foundations together, pretty beautiful. I definitely will try the Benefit one on its own, but it looks pretty nice. All right, dragging it down the neck to try and make this look a little bit less crazy. Okay, I have here Too Faced Born This Way pre-formula change in natural beige. I'm gonna put that on my hand, little dollop, and just kind of blend it out so we can see what that looks like. Okay, now let's do the new one right next to it. Oh, and I'm noticing the new bottle is a little bit slimmer than the old bottle. Actually are quite different looking. Interesting. Okay, new one right next to it. Let's see. Wait, they are different. This is the new one. This is the old one. Let me see once they dry. I'm gonna let them sit on my hand now for a second. So maybe that could be part of it too. This is new, this one's old. The older one's a little bit more peachy, where the newer one is more like, I think it has more yellow. I don't know if that really picks up on camera. I feel like on my face it does. Dang, okay, interesting. I'm gonna let them sit on my hand though and dry because maybe once they dry, they could end up being the same color, so let's see. But we'll move on while we do that. Honestly, the last thing I need right now is bronzer on my face. However, I gotta try these new Lunar Beauty Outer Dimension. These are their bronzing and sculpting sticks. I saw many posts about these and was like, wow, that looks beautiful. So I have this one in shade Tan Sky. It looks like a perfect color for me. So I'm gonna go in on my face with this and just kind of sculpt. I'm gonna do a little bit on the nose, down there. They feel like butter going on, and I do really like the packaging. Packaging is beautiful. They have a little stipple brush to blend them out. Oh, y'all. Oh, these are beautiful. Okay, just as pretty as when Manny posted about them. Dang, these are so pretty. Blending so well, very natural. Ooh, I like this. And the shade for me is perfect. Obviously, foundation shade not perfect, but this is stunning. And the brush is really nice to apply as well. I like that this shade has a little bit of warmth to it because it's like a bronzer and a contour. Because I personally like to add warmth to my skin. I don't like a really cool tone, which is like technically what you're supposed to use for a contour, but this is beautiful. And then on the other side, there's like a smaller brush that you can use on your nose. T, love this. So, so pretty, creamy, blendable, really, really nice. Really, really like these. Very, very good. Next, let's go in with some blush, and then finally we'll get to the concealer that'll hopefully like melt all these colors together to make it blend a little bit better. But these are new from Anastasia Beverly Hills. She came out with these Magic Touch Cream Blush Trios. So this one is in the pink shade. So immediately when I saw this, it's really nice to buy one product and get 3 different shades of blush, which I do like. And like, it looks like there's quite a bit of product in here, which is nice. But I hate products that are like this because you go to try and get your brush in, and then like inevitably it's never really gonna fit in these little quads and it's just gonna get messy. But you get 3 different shades in one. I'm gonna use a little bit of a smaller brush. So I think this one I'll be able to fit in these little quads a little bit better. I'm gonna go in with this brighter pink one and just tap on the cheeks. Ooh, how pretty. I've honestly been doing so many like corals and like tan sort of bronzer moments that I have not used a pink blush in a long time. And this is actually so pretty. This is really beautiful and blends really nicely. So although packaging like not my absolute favorite product, really pretty. And will I use it again? Yes. Okay, little check on Too Faced Born This Way. This is the new shade. This is the old shade. They are 2 completely different shades. Why? I mean, maybe I can find the shade. I think I just need to get like a shade lighter because like I'm still gonna let them simmer and let them really set on my hand, but like looking at them like this, they are 2 completely different shades, which makes me a little bit upset. Okay, don't have a new concealer, so I'm just gonna go in. This is the Tower 28. I have like a light shade in this to hopefully lighten up the overall look so it matches a bit better to my chest and the rest of my body. I will say I was late on the game to this Tower 28 concealer. This has been out for a while. It's not like a new product, but I heard a lot of people raving about it, and like, I don't know, I just was late to like trying it, I guess, but it is a really, really nice concealer. So when I need like a light and brightening concealer, that's the one I go for because this shade is a nice, brighter, lighter shade for me. But that's a little tip that if your foundation is just like not matching you, you can mix in a little bit of a lighter foundation like we did with the Benefit one, and then obviously go in with a lighter concealer. And a lot of times it will help to kind of make the whole thing look a bit of a closer match if you don't want to like go out and get a new foundation, which is so annoying to have to do. But I know as we move into the colder months, a lot of times a lot of us will be getting paler. See, like it's still not a perfect match. However, it is much better than it was. And I gotta say, although the color is off, these complexion products together, like they are complexioning. It looks really, really nice, which I love. I just wish they didn't change the color of this. Okay, up next we have a new powder. This is from Fenty and they came out with these brightening powders. So there's a more pink one. This one is in the shade Rose Quartz. And then there is a lavender one, which is like a very light purpley. I think I'm gonna go with the pink one. I don't typically like lavender underneath my eyes. However, if you are a bit fairer, like if I had no tan, no self-tan or nothing on, lavender would be perfect. So if you're like a true fair, a lavender under eye will probably look better on you than the pink under eye. And then if you're more like a light medium, a pinker under eye will be perfect. Medium, I would say like a butter yellow, kind of like a lighter yellow, and then a little bit more of like a corally color as we get into darker shades are like good for brightening. I love a good brightening under eye powder. However, I am so picky. So I'm interested to see how this looks underneath the eyes. Ooh, okay, quite pretty. Definitely adds brightness and does not make the under eyes pink, which I honestly, thank goodness. That's a big trend now, the pink under eye, and like it looks cute on some people. On me, I feel like I look like I have pink eye or there's something wrong with me. So I like a pink tint to my under eye powder. Like you guys know, I love that Laura Mercier one that's in the rose, but not that it actually is gonna make my under eyes appear pink. It's just gonna add brightness. This also adds definitely, like it's definitely mattifying too. So it takes away any shine and just kind of blurs that area and actually looks really nice. I'm gonna use a little bit on the center planes of my face too, just to brighten and kind of blur. Very pretty. And I like that it does not actually make you pink, just makes you bright. So I like this. We are on a roll today with some good products. Let's keep the good vibes going and let's try out this other powder. This is the Bouncil Silk Airbrushed Powder from One Size. So these are brand new. I have shades light and medium. I'm probably gonna go in with light to again make everything match. This is a talc-free finishing powder that is supposed to give an airbrushed look to the skin. Ooh, I actually love, I feel like a lot of One Size products are very mattifying, which if you have oily skin, I'm sure you absolutely love that. As me, somebody with dry skin, I like more like products that are still gonna allow me to have a glow, and this definitely does. Like it's setting my skin down, but it's still allowing me to have a glow like that shines through. It reminds me a lot actually of the MAC Skin Finish, I think it was called. It was really popular back in the day. This reminds me a lot of that. And this is beautiful. I will totally continue to use this. And also their new, like the powder melt. I love that too. That is like a glowy girl skin's dream. So love that they're coming out with more of these glow products. And I really like this. Like that just set everything down, but I still totally have a glow. Very, very pretty, very cool. Okay, you guys, we're doing good. Okay, up next, let's jump into some new eye products. I have been so excited to try these. So these are new from Makeup by Mario. These are his Master Mattes Longwear Cream eyeshadows. Now, like me a couple years ago would not have been interested in a cream eyeshadow. However, me now, I have been loving cream eyeshadows for when I wanna do my eyeshadow because it's easier than powder. Like you can just swipe it on the lid and go. And Mario personally makes some of my favorite products, so I'm very excited to try these out. So let's do some swatches and pick a shade to use. So first we have Sandstone, which is very, very pretty. A little bit more of like a light, cool toned shade. Then we have Mauve, put right on top, a little bit deeper, also more cool toned, very pretty. Then we have Chestnut, which I'm gonna put right here. Ooh, I love that. I feel like I have to use that one. Putting her to the side, I like that one. Then we have Sienna, which this is gonna be more warm, I believe. Honestly, no, I feel like the packaging, it looks a little bit more warm. It's not like super warm, but I would say it's a bit warmer than the other shades. Also really, really pretty. And then we also have Espresso, which is a darker shade. They do have more shades, I believe. These are just the ones that I have. That's beautiful as well. I'm gonna go in with Chestnut because it looks beautiful to me. I'm gonna just full send and apply it like on the lid like this. And then I'm just gonna go in with a brush to see like how well these actually blend, because a lot of cream shadows you can't really apply directly or they don't blend. Oh, but of course this one is blending beautifully. Wow. Ooh, this is pretty. It's so crazy because I just was such a powder girl. Like I didn't use cream blush, I didn't use cream bronzer, I didn't use cream shadows. And now it's like, if it's a cream, give it to me. And I love this. And the blendability of just that one shade, like I was able to make it gradient kind of going up. These are good. These are really, really nice. And if you are busy and you have a lot going on, this is quick and easy to just throw something on your lid and go and not have to do this like whole eye look. Now I'm gonna need Mario to come out with these with some shimmers because I do love a pretty shimmer on the lid. So I'm gonna need that. Hopefully that's something that's like in the works because these are really beautiful formula and everything. Really, really pretty. And this shade is stunning. Very, very nice. Okay, up next we have mascara. So this is new from Kosas. This is their Soul Gazer mascara. I love a lot of Kosas's products. This looks like a little 8. The wand, let's go in and see how this mascara is though, because Kosas is a clean brand and I'll be honest, I love that. However, every like clean mascara I've tried, not every clean mascara, but a lot of them, they don't work for my lashes. So I'm a little bit like skeptical going in, but this is looking pretty nice. Gotta say, I think this is one coat. Not gonna give a ton of volume, but definitely gave length. And it's not super heavy. Like other clean mascaras I feel like I've tried in the past, and I'm not trying to lump them all together. I haven't tried that many, but the ones that I can think of off the top of my head, they've been very heavy and they weigh my lashes down. This one is not like that. It has that more moussey kind of texture, which is what I like with my mascaras. And it's definitely giving me length and separation, although I wouldn't say a ton of volume. Like if you're looking for like something that's gonna like give you crazy volume, that's not gonna be for you. But if you want something that's like lengthening and separating, this is quite pretty. I did get it all over my lid, so I'm gonna try and like clean that up a little bit. You know what, something I'm noticing right now is that I am getting a little bit creasing on my under eyes, which I feel like this Fenty powder perhaps might be the culprit because typically that concealer does not crease on me, the Tower 28, but I used this to set it today instead of like my Laura Mercier translucent powder that I normally use. It's not bad, but I was noticing like some creasing up by my eye. So I did just want to note that. I just added a little bit more to hopefully set it a little bit better. I might just not have set it enough. Since this is a pressed powder, it like works a little bit differently. So I'll keep a look on that. But next, I want to go in with these new Patrick Ta highlighter duos. So I believe he had these before and then he reformulated them. So I'm going to use shade Daddy. This might be a little too dark as a highlighter on me. I'm going to see, but let's go in. There is a powder and a cream with these, which is really cool. And he uses the powder first. Like normally we would always use a cream first and then set it with the powder. He does the opposite where he uses the powder first. Actually, don't think this is going to be too dark. It should work. Ooh, that is pretty. It has like a little bit of a pinky undertone to it. That's actually gorgeous, but he goes in with that and then he tops it with the cream to like melt everything. Ooh, this is pretty. I really, really like that. Gave a really pretty glow. It's almost like a rose gold, I would say. And it's a little bit more natural. It's not like crazy. Just gonna give you some glow. Like looks like glow from within almost. Ooh. Okay. Honestly, the complexion products that we've tried today are really good. Like I feel like my skin is really looking nice. I'm like, dang, gotta switch out some of the products that I use every day because these are really working well together. This is very pretty. I like this. And just gave the perfect glow. Okay, last but not least, we have some new lip products to try. So Morphe came out with some newer products. We have a lip pencil, but then we also have these lip filters, which are like little lipsticks, which I'm excited to try. So I'm gonna go in with a pencil first. This is in the shade Signature. It's just like your classic pencil liner. It is one that will need to be sharpened. I'm gonna line with this. This is a really nice color, kind of like a warm neutral. I like that. Now I'm gonna go in with, I either wanna use Teddy or Honey. Maybe I'll do a little bit of both. So let's use Teddy on the top. Since it's a little bit more pinky, a little bit lighter. That is beautiful though. A really nice shade. And then on the bottom, let's use Honey, which is a little bit darker. Also very pretty. I probably like the lighter one a little bit better in Teddy, but I'm just gonna blend them together. Very creamy, but don't leave the lips looking super like juicy or glossy. So if you want something creamy, but it's not gonna look super like glossy on the lips, you will like these in colors. Beautiful, really, really like that. And now we need to top it with a gloss because I love a glossy lip. And we gotta try these new Rare Beauty ones. I have been having these aside like to try in a first impressions and I can't believe that I've waited this long, but these are the new Rare Beauty lip glosses. This is in the shade Beam, which is this really pretty like pink. And I'm just gonna go in with this. Love a good glittery gloss. Ooh, this lip condo though also kind of smells like peaches, I think. I like that. Okay, honestly, this makeup look is like really, really pretty, which, because normally when we do first impressions, I'm trying so many new products together, so they're not always cohesive. Like it's not a makeup tutorial, it's me trying products. So a lot of times my makeup, I feel like ends up looking like crazy at the end of them, where this like really looks nice, even though again, the foundation was not the perfect match, which final check-in, as you guys can see, I mean, these are two different shades. So the shades are definitely a bit different in the newer Too Faced Born This Way. I definitely still love it. Like I think it looks really nice on my skin. I just need a correct shade match. So I'll go get a different shade, but I would say I wouldn't necessarily just go with your shade in the old Too Faced worn this way because it's not gonna necessarily translate. They're gonna be slightly different. But I feel like this makeup look really came together beautifully despite the shade match not being perfect. Like I really, really love it. I feel like it's perfect for like summer or an early fall. So a lot of good stuff, you guys. That is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much and I will see you very soon in my next video. I almost forgot to show you guys the completed hair and blowout after I made you sit there and watch me with the pin curls in the whole time. But I swear pinning it up just makes the curls so much bouncier and makes them last so much longer. So this is the completed hair. Didn't want to like not show you guys because I said I would. Okay, bye.